in this match, Hearts of Oak managed to stay close to the leaders. They get 3 points, and 33, they move up. An interesting game, especially in the second half. Lots of incidents to talk about, and those are the scenes from the Accra Sports Stadium as the game ends. Hearts of Oak's possession reduced, but still overall deserving to win. If you look at the offensive statistics, you can see that an incredible 29 fouls were committed, perhaps putting pressure on Hearts in the second half in particular. And the yellow card counts perhaps also speak to that. Guys, well deserved in the end for Hearts of Oak. The philosophy of Coach Boadu is still in progress.
Well, I think that they've done well. Let's congratulate them. They fought hard. Yes, it's an own goal, but with an effort.
The career was being congratulated at the end.
I'm sure when he goes home and watch the replay at 10 o'clock,
when he watched the replay,
of course,
he would know it. The ball didn't touch him.
He knew, but he went there to celebrate for his colleague to join him, and the coach was like, the fear is down. But his effort,
right?
There's lack in football. If you don't put an effort, you don't get it.
Absolutely.
If a free has stayed,
the pressure
was have a lot of pressure on him to kick the ball in his own net. So let's give credit to Free and of course Fatah who did the cross. But I think that Hearts of Oak did very well, especially Manonetti, with all the kinds of knocks that he had in the game. He stood firmly, probably maybe playing against his former club. He was, for me, today has been his best game since he played the game against Liberty and Dansuman. This has been his best game for Accra Hearts of Oak.
A candidate for man of the match, but it went to...
Of course, that is why I'm saying that I don't want to talk about those who picks the man of the match. In a game like this, Lamptey never had even one shot on target. He never hit here. Apart from the free kick, he never had one shot on target. In the game itself, if Salifu had been on the pitch to the end of the game, I thought he should have been given the man of the match, but not to Richmond Lamptey. But hey, he has been picked. Most players picked man of the match awards, but they don't deserve it. So there's no need to talk about it much. I think that Hearts of Oak deserved the victory. Interlights had a couple of chances that I think they should have scored, have their composure. Even the last one in the injury time, I think that Nafi should have exercised a lot of his training before placing the ball, but he blew the ball over the crossbar. But I think that Hearts of Oak have done very well. But one other thing that I think we need to talk about is officiating. I mean, the referee has done very well, but Barreto said something. Let's protect our players. So if there are a lot of tackles that are not good in football, tackles that will send players to the hospital, you try and issue cards. Richmond Lamptey went for a tackle on Imanonetti. And for me, it was a straight red card. The referee were right there. He didn't issue a card. That is what Barreto is talking about.
And we've had a player.
You understand? Of course, Justice Blade. I'm told that he was whacked from behind and he sat on his leg. And I'm yet to watch that game and also watch how it happened. But in the game we just watched, there are a lot of tackles that I think that he doesn't deserve to be part of our game. And the referee should have issued a lot of cards. For me, of course, Bokela Hoto had a yellow card, but the referee was right.
And even this before the goal.
Of course, he gave an advantage because Hearts of Oak had the ball, and at the position of Victor Idu, he thought he should let it go.
Was there a retrospective card?
Yes. He gave a yellow card to Bokela Hoto. But the one Richmond Lamptey did too. Right in front of it. It was a straight red card. He could have ended his career. He could have sent him to the hospital. And I think that our referees, when they go back to the drawing board, let me use the coaches. They should go and watch. Just look at it. It is a straight red card. Then you are close to the incident, and then you allow it to go without even issuing a yellow card.
The referee is not just close to the. He's got the VVIP view.
That is it. It's so yow.
And hold on, is that the man of the match?
Yes. So
they got it wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't give man of the match.
You don't do that. And this thing has happened a couple of times in this particular game.
Anyway.
So I think that our referees to open their eyes and they should use the rules. I mean, they have the cards in their pocket. If it is red, let it be red. If it is yellow, let it be yellow.
Let's, with this one, the referee...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right there. But in other cases where the referee is not so close and his assistant or the fourth official is also not so close...
That is why they have their communication guidance around them. They should communicate.
Is that a VAR?
No, it's not a VAR. If assistant referee sees what has happened and the referee do not see it, he can call the attention of the referee. Right. And they can communicate.
It got quite physical.
Yes, we need to have decency in our game. And that is all what Barreto is talking about. He's not talking about anything different. The referee should protect. If he says referee should protect, that doesn't mean that the referee shouldn't allow the game to flow. No. If there's an incident and he deserves a card, let him go. So that if a player gets a yellow card, he will be cautious. Right. The next, of course.
Right.
You understand? But you allow Lante to go. He get the boldness to go into play again. Lusile had a yellow card, but he was slowed down. He next time he will think before going for a tackle.
Right.
That is what Barreto is talking about. Not something else for people to be writing and talking.
What are the positives though Felix Boadu would take from this? I mean, he's lost, and 3 points. It's a tough battle to avoid relegation. Yeah. But what are the positives he would see as a coach to take from this defeat?
I mean, Felix will watch this game very, very critically and then talk to his charges. They have to be very calm in situations. That was where you find Samuel Armour sometimes over elaboration uses the mindset or uses the physique more than the knowledge in the head. That is where coach said he's got Vinicius in Patrick Razak. Patrick has pace and he uses theatrics and then adds to his pace and then he wins a penalty. You have the physique. So you use intelligence a little bit to win games for Felix Aboagye. But for me, I believe Inter Allies played massively. They matched Accra House of Hope in terms of the physicalities, but their finishing was very, very poor. Finishing for Inter Allies have been very, very poor.
And this could cost them, because in matches like this, you have to prove that you want to survive. More than Hearts have to prove that they want the 3 points to close in on the gap. And I don't think Inter showed enough heart, courage, determination, and bravery to get the 3 points. It could worry them.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, their tactics, if you watch them critically, they play a system of 3-5-2, whereby you have two players, which is Richard Atta and then Samuel Armour up there. And they all very, very good, especially with Richard Atta. He is somebody who has played in the Ghana Premier League, played for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, now with Inter Allies. Emmanuel Ajimambedu, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, now with Inter Allies. So the experience in the Ghana Premier League comes to bear. But at the end of the day, Accra House of Hope showed why they needed the 3 maximum points, and then Inter Allies fluffed it. If they had equalized, I think this game would have been a very good ending, because it will show end-to-end stuff. If the game had been a 1-1, we could see who needs the urgency and the cliche to win this particular game as well.
But it's not giving us that, belief that they could do it. Let's take a look at their position on the log, which would also inform us whether or not it's a done deal. But for Hearts, they're keeping close. Isn't it interesting? Kotoko, Olympics, Hearts, Midyama, and I think on general form this season, you would say...
you add Karela to it. Because they have a game behind. Probably 45 minutes to play.
Yeah,
and anything can happen.
I think based on what we've seen in the first round and so far in the second round, you could possibly say that this is justification of the form guide of these top 4 teams.
And they are doing one
or 5 teams.
Before Christmas, the team was on top of the league log. Sure.
They won today, 4-0. Surprise.
Well, I'm not surprised, because I know what they're capable of. But it's just unfortunate that against Kumasi Asante Kotoko was a stronger side.
And they took 6 from
And Kotoko had a better plan. And I think Kotoko dominated. And they took their chances. Let's give credit to Kotoko by making sure that they demolished Bichim. And Bichim went back. They went to Sugakope. They lost by 1 goal. And they came back home and then they scored 4. For me, I believe that before Xmas, the team was on top. After Xmas, Karela took over. And then in the second round, Kotoko has taken over. And they have Olympics. I think Olympics also came on top. Yeah, and then Kotoko took over.
So the boys are beginning to be separated from the men.
Definitely.
Interesting. Definitely. Gentlemen, thanks very much. It's been an interesting weekend. But at the bottom, before we go, the result means that Inter have a lot of work still to do.
Well, yeah, Felix was saying
if they had won, they would have had 19 points.
Then Felix is saying that we have about 14 or so matches to play. But at the end of the day, there are matches that
you must win.
In this particular game, apart from Victor Edu's 20-yard shot, Emmanuel Neti grounded that the goalkeeper pushed to corner kick, and 2-3 chances that they had, House of Hope never created any decent chances. Interlights came in very strong. Someone like Amma had opportunity. This Andy guy came on. He had it. Lamte had it. Gokel a hot free kick that hit the head of Salifu. That I think took him off. These were signs that I thought that if they had been purposeful, at least they could have had a point out of this. And their next game playing at home would have really helped. All they say, they put pressure on themselves, because at the end of the day, King Fraser is coming home to play. Liberty going to away to win and then coming home to play. These are the dynamics. It is very
the match you have to win.
Very difficult. Some of us are thinking about the top, but definitely you have to also look at the down there.
Which is also
I'm telling you, Gary, we have
2 leagues, the one to win and the one to avoid relegation. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Sesuni, Tego, and of course, Coach Scout Eben Sifa, and to you guys for joining us today. We'll be back, of course. Keep an eye out for the GPO headquarters and our bulletins on Sports Daily, as well as on our morning breakfast show throughout the week. Lots of excitement to follow. My name is Jan Bufaragra. Thanks for being a part of us this weekend. Keep watching Star Times Channel 247. Bye for now.